Coach, this one really a battle going into the half, and you come out, Kerry Blackshear picks up that quick third personal, and it seemed like Florida State sensed that and really went into attack mode. How were they able to kind of wrestle control of the game away at that point?
I just don't think that collectively, whether KJ played or not, I don't think that collectively, defensively, we were as good as you have to be to beat this team as talented as they are. And that's not our players' fault. That's my fault. They shot – their OER was 1.21, and that's just really, really high. I thought we did a better job at our turnover rate. Not great, but better. We still gave up 20 points on our turnovers. That's hard, but it was better. In the first half, they only had one offensive rebound. That was really good. But in the second half, they had 8. That's too many. I thought our guys hung in there. I thought they tried. But I've got to figure out a way to help them so that defensively we can get some stops. If you shoot 54%, you probably ought to have a chance to win the game. We didn't maybe attempt as many free throws or make as many free throws as we're accustomed to. But I thought in some ways we were better than the last time we played. So I'm encouraged by that. And I think North Carolina is maybe as good as any team we've played. And so we have to figure out something between now and Monday night at 7 so that we can be better defensively.
Coach, you said before that I need to do a better job, but I didn't see you out there for one play. I didn't see you miss a shot. You guys are incredibly efficient inside the arc and not. How do you get the guys to maybe shoot a higher percentage? You know they have the abilities. It's just a matter of just continue to work in the gym.
Yeah, I think that when you make shots, like I've said before, obviously it looks really good, but in essence we shot the exact same percentage they shot, not from the free throw line, but some of those free throws obviously were at the end when we were trying to lengthen the game. I'm proud of how we've worked this week. I think that they've tried. I think that they have a better feel for what we're doing. The things that they were saying in the huddle were the things that you would want them to say. They were aware that we were not getting consecutive stops, and that was, when you have a team that can score, I think sometimes there's a little bit of you score, we score, and we'll outscore you, and we've got to turn that a little bit where there's more of a thrust, more of a push, more of a drive to be able to get stops. We had more field goal attempts than they did, yet we had more turnovers. So when you look at it offensively, I don't think that today would be the reason why we lost would be because of offensive reasons. We still don't want to turn the ball over 18% of the time. We don't want those turnovers to lead to 35% of their points. But defensively, I just think that if the opponent on your home floor or away for that matter is making more than 1 out of every 2, it's just hard. And so we tried some zone stuff in the full court. We tried some zone stuff in the half court. We changed up what we were doing defensively in our ball screen coverage. We changed up what we were doing even within our man half court. And so maybe we can find some threads of this is good, let's build on it, and maybe that'll help our guys.
Coach, you can kind of hear there in your responses that there was a lot to like, and on the defensive end, it seemed like it was just one of those games where you'd make that adjustment defensively, get that trap, get them in a bad spot, and that'd be the possession where they'd have the offensive rebound. Yep. And it just seemed like one of those days where it was one of those days.
One of those, the possession that you're talking about, I think we were down 6, yep. And the trap was over there in front of their bench, and 25 got the offensive rebound. But again, not that possession. Maybe those possessions there in the first half after the first media timeout when they made 2 or 3 threes. The point guard number 2 did. But you can look at all of those things when it's a possession or 2 game and go, it was this one, it was that one. Well, it's the cumulative effect of all of those possessions. And I think that today, maybe the value of those possessions will impact us to the point that we'll be better defensively, because it's not going to get easier. That's not to be negative at all about Florida State. We're in the same position they were in when they arrived in Roanoke yesterday. We play a top 20 team at home on Big Monday. I think that's the first Big Monday in Blacksburg since I've lived here. And then we're at Notre Dame, and then we're at Boston College, and then we're at home against Miami. So it's progressively going to continue to become more difficult. And so if that's the case, then we're going to have to find ways to be better defensively. Obviously, turnover rate will always be a part of it, and opponent offensive rebounding percentage will always be a part of it. But we're going to have to get better.
Well, Coach, I think we've pretty much covered just about everything there. We'll leave you with this one, though. Quick turnaround.
Yep.
You just come off a lengthy turnaround. How do you change the schedule in terms of
so, we have 2 day before routine and 1 day before routine, and then obviously day of routine. And so NCAA rules restrict you on day of the game. Once your game's over, you can't do anything else. So we can't be with our guys until tomorrow. Some of the guys go to church, so we'll get together after church tomorrow at 1 and do what would be our 2 day before routine. And then our 1 day before routine will be tomorrow night at 7, since we play Monday night at 7. So I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to think on it and study on it and not have an emotion towards it. But I'll make the decision tomorrow when I wake up on exactly what we do during those times. But it won't be a lot of physicality. Obviously, the freshmen did not play a lot other than Kill, but other than the freshman and KJ, the rest of those guys probably played a little bit heavier minutes than their averages.